Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. Of course, it's been 3 weeks since I've uploaded another video, which was just because of school in general. I just wasn't feeling it. So I thought today I would come back with a better project, or at least not a huge project, but pretty small video idea, which is just ranking Skyrim's races to see which one would get you an optimized build, which it could take a bit. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. Of course, I am using an app. Not an app, but like I'm using a website, which you can see right here. I just used the preset one, but we're gonna rank them, and you can take this racist or not. It's a fucking game. If you do, cradle my sack. I don't really care, right? But let's go into the first race. These are Bretons, I'm assuming. These are just going straight in S tier for the fact that magic resistance is huge, and their power is very good. It absorbs 50% magicka, which if you pair with the Atronach stone, can reduce. You could be pretty much immune to magic for a good, I think, minute. But now let's move on to the next race, which is Orcs, which I again put in S tier for the fact that they have Berserker Rage, which increases their DPS by twice, which doesn't really work with magic, but works with bound weapons. So again, it's pretty solid for a magical based character if you're using bound weapons, right? But it also lowers down the damage you take by 2 times, which can be really good, and could be used as a last-ditch option to keep yourself alive, and can definitely be good for tank builds, even magic builds or mage builds that need that are tanks. If I had to base it, High Elves would go in probably meh. Okay, well, I just did High Elves, I just picked them out. Their extra magicka could be useful for a thing, but that's really all they have, except for a highborn ability, which again just regenerates the magicka. If you really wanted to play as a high elf, I would definitely get a mod to revamp the races, definitely for all of these. They give them new powers and all that, which I will probably link down in the description, a good one, which is Imperials Races of Skyrim, is a good mod. These ones, I don't know. They don't get any boosts to any stats at all. They really don't. Which I feel like they should get stamina if they're going to get a stamina thing. But they're just not very good. They're very just kind of meh. Like, they're not even meh. They're pretty bad. I wouldn't call them shit because I don't think any race is shit in this game. Khajiits, they're not that good. I would place them below Red Guards. But there's one build you could do with them which is pretty solid but not very good in general. It's just for the memes. Is unarmed build pretty much. That's all you would really do with them. And they're good at sneaking. They're good for a stealth build just early on, but nothing really worth writing home about, right? Wood Elves would definitely go in there for me. For the fact that, again, they're not shit because they're poison resistant and disease resistance, which can definitely be useful in certain situations. Like, you know, say if a wolf bites you, you don't want to get rock chewing or some shit like that. These guys are your thing, especially if you don't want to have to carry around cure potions and all that. That's understandable. So this would just be a meh race, nothing too crazy. Again, they're just good for stealth in early game and all that if you really wanted to. Nords, I would put as second best for the fact that they get a 50% frost resistance, which makes them really good as warriors for the fact that frost will take away your stamina, and as a warrior you need a lot of stamina to be able to power attack, stun lock certain enemies, so these guys definitely rank it up there. And of course, following that logic, Dark Elves, of course, is a pretty balanced tier list. 2 are in every single one, right? This one, they have a fire resistance, so it's good for early game enemies and all that, and is pretty good for stealth mages if you wanted to be weird and build one. These guys get a huge advantage to that. So, again, I would recommend just kind of picking them up because that fire resistance could actually help you become a vampire, and you lose that fire damage you would take. So they're pretty good for a vampire. If they were doing necromage vampire build, I would definitely put them up there. But if you're not doing that and you're not exploiting the game for its glitches, they would probably go in second best, if not meh, maybe or meh. Argonians, they're just not really that good. Like, they get water breathing and all that, but that's really useless for the fact that nothing is underwater in the game. Like, there's not a lot of things that are underwater. And either way, your character can hold their breath for a decently long time. So again, they're just not that good. They just look cool. That's the only reason why I would ever play them, but that's just it. Of course, we have Imperials, which they're honestly, I would put them in shit tier because their passive bonus is just making extra money by like 10 gold. I think there's a good chance you can either earn 2 extra gold or 10 extra gold. That's pretty shit. But their power, all their powers, are pretty solid. All of them, all the races' powers are good. But Imperials, they would go in meh or absolutely not, depending on what you were doing. All their power does pretty much is just, again, all they do is just calm enemies around them, and it's pretty shit because these guys get Dragonhide, stops them from taking magic damage, or lets them take half as much damage as they would have taken and put it into their magical pool. While Orcs, they do double the damage while they take less damage by double. So they're a pretty good race to pick. Nords again and Dunmer or Dark Elves, just that elemental resistance could definitely carry you a long way. Of course, this Nord race will carry you a bit farther in the game. High Elves really only get 5 extra levels of magic in their in their magical pool, which is not bad and definitely could be good for mages early on, especially if you want to use illusion and expensive spells like alteration early on. Definitely would pick this if you wanted to. Wood Elves, all they can do is just tame a beast for 60 seconds, which is not very good. There's not a lot of animals that you could do with that you can control. It's either wolves, saber cats. That's only if you're in early level though, because if you're in late game, you could definitely take those races on or those species on with no issue. Red Guards, all they do is regenerate stamina with their power, which is useful for a warrior build, but it's nothing to write home about. It's nothing too crazy. Khajiits can just see in the dark because they're cats. That's all their eyes do really. That's their power. I would only use them for that extra, I think, like 15% claw damage. So you can have like 20 damage or something ridiculous like that with like your fist early on in the game, which is good. What they need to do is add in an arm skill back into the game, because they had one in Morrowind and Oblivion, which allow you to do some crazy cool things, but instead, they said that's all they were given. I personally think Argonians, they have a really good ability, but it does not carry up the fact that they have these useless abilities that don't help at all. Again, they get carried down by their passive abilities, and honestly, they're alright, I guess. Like, this is not supposed to be like, a set in stone, this is what you should play as. This is more of a thing about, like, if you wanted to build the best build on Legendary, this is what you would do. You would never pick like an Imperial. You wouldn't pick like a High Elf. You would pick these for either a Mage, or you pick this for a Warrior, which I know gets boring, but that's just how it is. This, honestly, I wanted to move down to shit tier, but they're not bad. They're good for making money in early game, but they're not really that good in general. Like, their power can definitely help in some situations when it comes to high level enemies, but even then though, it's just not worth it. It's not good. So this is my tier list of what races you should play if you wanted to make an optimized build on Legendary difficulty or on any difficulty in general, even Novice. So again, if you agree with this tier list, that's good. If you don't, put it down in the comments. Where would you rank these certain races when it comes down to this? And yeah, like, I want to hear what you guys think about it. I'll see you guys in the next video when I have a full-fledged project. Maybe I might rank my childhood games, or rank games that I played that I genuinely had a fun time with and you guys should try to play, or try to get to play. But again, I will leave that up to you guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode, next video, which should come out, I think, in a week if I'm not lazy. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good day, and I'm recording this at 11. Have a good night too, and Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year. Hello guys, today this is more of the outro. Of course, it's just my logo, the new one I had to make because I lost something. I lost a lot of my shit, so it's a work in progress logo, so don't worry about it. The old one should be coming back. It's just a huge thing. I'm trying to catch up on a lot of schoolwork because I'm lazy as fuck right now because of the whole quarantine. I'm kind of just lazy, so I am working on getting my grades up just so I can keep on doing this. But of course, I will see you guys later in the next video, which should be coming out next week, depending on what I'm going to be planning on doing. So just be ahead for that. It'll be awesome, and I will be ranking video games that I played in the next one. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good day, and have a happy New Year's.